Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bring Me Joy-Con. It is the 21st birthday of the Sega Dreamcast. The Sega Dreamcast is going out tonight. They're getting fucked up. They're gonna barf all over the place. It's gonna be awesome. No, just kidding. But seriously, the Dreamcast is a very special system to me. If you pay attention to the channel, if you've been here before, you know that I love the Sega Dreamcast. That console just means the world to me. I got one when I was a kid. My cousin got a PS2, and so he passed along the Dreamcast to me and my brother. And we had all the best games. We had Sonic Adventure, we had Crazy Taxi, we had Hydro Thunder, we had Ready to Rumble Boxing. We had all the best games. And I absolutely love and adore the Sega Dreamcast. And before I forget, I wanted to mention that I got this gameplay that you're seeing right now from a guy on YouTube. His channel is Gary. I would assume his name is Gary, even. That's not too much of a stretch. So thank you, Gary. You're an awesome dude, and it looks like you have a pretty cool channel. You don't post very often, but it looks like the stuff that you make gets great views. So congrats, and thank you for letting us borrow the video clip. I really didn't want to record 100 different Dreamcast games for this, so thanks, bud. So I know I'm kind of all over the place with this video, but I just wanted to kind of speak off the cuff here about Dreamcast. I didn't really want to write a scripted, goofy-ass video. I just really wanted to talk about something I'm passionate about. So, Sonic Adventure, to me, is one of the best games ever. Possibly the best Sonic game ever. And number 2 is right there with it. Although number 2 didn't feature a hub world. Amazing, amazing games. Still to this day, they hold up. I've got my fingers crossed for a Switch port, because it's this year's the Sonic anniversary, as well as a Mario anniversary and a Zelda anniversary, and it's the Dreamcast birthday, and so this year's insane. 2020, for as much horrible things that have gone on, this year is a great year to be a gamer. The Sega Dreamcast was one of the first online consoles. It also had a higher output resolution than any of the TVs at the time. So the console could output better graphic quality than what your TV could handle. I've plugged in a Dreamcast into my newer LED, flat screen here just a year ago, and I was blown away at how it aged, how well it looks so good. Even today, that's without HDMI. That's just the yellow, white, red cables. It looks fantastic on a modern day display. So that's really impressive. You can't really say that about a whole lot of consoles. Like, even, to be honest, even my PS2, when I plug in with just the regular component cables like that, or not composite cables, the 3 colors, it's not great, because text on screen, it's really hard to read. It gets like blurry and weird, and that doesn't seem to be the case with the Dreamcast. They really future-proofed that thing, and it's really unfortunate, and it's sad that the console went under, that it basically took Sega out of the hardware business. That was quite frustrating at the time, and I had a Dreamcast, and I was really looking forward to getting new games for it, and then it just kind of flopped and went to shit. So that kind of sucked, but still to this day, like I said, it's very special. It's an amazing system, and there's a lot of indie developers that actually still make games for it, which is really cool. There's been a lot of workarounds in the modding community that have allowed people to just burn games to CDRs and work on the Dreamcast. And so a lot of those indie developers are able to just make games, print them on CDs, and put them out there, even if they're not on technically a Dreamcast disc, because it had its own disc that was specifically made for it. So that was kind of their copy protection, and eventually it got destroyed, and people were just burning games like crazy. But it's an amazing system, and I'll never forget the disappointment on my face when I was a kid. We went to trade in. We wanted a GameCube, so we went to trade in our Dreamcast, and it was at a GameStop in the mall, and they were going to give us like $19 for our Dreamcast with 20 plus games, 4 controllers, like 6 VMUs. I mean, we were all excited to go trade it in. We were going to buy a GameCube with it because the GameCube had just come out, and they were like, yeah, you can have like $19 for all of this. And now, of course, still to this day, I regret we gave it away to somebody. I mean, and that was cool. It was cool to pass that along to somebody and give them the same joy that it gave me. But, it was just kind of like, well, $19 or just give the damn thing away to someone else. And so that's what we ended up doing, just to somebody else that didn't have a lot of video games. But it was just absurd. Now, I mean, it's obviously way more valuable secondhand, and I wish I still had all that same stuff. But you live and learn. If you're like me and you miss playing the Dreamcast and you don't have one on hand, Redream is probably the best emulator, especially if you're on PC. I know on Android you can get Null DC, and there's another one, maybe it's called Rycast. But Redream to me is like the ultimate Dreamcast emulator, because it's really handy, because if a game isn't compatible, it won't even let you launch it, which is kind of cool. Because if you've ever tried to play a game that doesn't run very well on an emulator, it's kind of a mess, and it'll freeze up your computer, and it'll cause all kinds of issues. So Redream's cool. They have a compatibility list. It's really impressive. There's like 4 or 5 games that don't work on it. The rest of them are all green light, playable. Play them. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of the gameplay here. And I just, like I said, the Dreamcast is special to me, and I wanted to just do some sort of birthday video because the Dreamcast is 21. So subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and have a great day.